My name is TJ, and lately I've been playing some Strayed, aka Rust VR. Now the reason people call this game Rust VR is because it's literally Rust VR. Not a one-to-one copy yet, I mean the game is in its early stages, but it's getting there. Me, myself, I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to Rust. I know it's very challenging to get good at, especially for new people, and that's probably even worse in VR. So let me help you out. Here's everything you need to know before you get started in Strayed, aka Rust in VR. You start off with nothing but a rock and a torch. Sound familiar? Press all the buttons on your controller until stuff happens. Congratulations, you now know how to jump, look at the map, and if you click the sticks in, you can see your hotbar. Pushing down on the right stick is crouch. You got everything figured out. First things first. Hit tree with rock. Hit stone with rock. Literally look at the map and walk straight to prison and grab everything you see in sight. If you hit a rock too hard with your hands, you'll notice that you launch yourself in the air like some virtual gorilla or something. I hope people don't find a way to exploit this. Look at the map. Decide where you want to build. While walking over there, you notice there's no hunger system, which is cool, I guess. Less stuff to worry about for now. At this point in the game's life cycle, it's probably best to build near prison. One of the only places that I've actually found some loot at so far. So like I said, look at the map, pick a good spot, preferably a bit more hidden than an open piece of grass, and stick to a big word on the map. Remember where you're gonna build your base. There's no floating markers in the air, there's no pings on the map. Remember where you build. So by the time you get there, you've probably farmed a bit of material, and when you're in a safe space, you can start off by making the buildy tool thing, which you can put in your hotbar. Next, while holding the buildy thing, press every button on your controller until a menu pops up. Now hold down that button and find the single core foundation. Put it down on the ground with trigger. Now we're building. From here, it's best to keep it simple if you're solo. You can put another normal foundation next to it and put a triangle foundation attached to that. Now, 2 doorways, put one on the triangles outside and then one on the entrance of your base. Put up walls, ceilings, and from the crafting menu you can make 2 wooden doors so you can close your base off. Congratulations, you now have a wooden base. Craft a bed so you can respawn here when you die, and you're good. Don't forget to craft a resource container so you can put materials in there and upkeep your base. If you don't do this, your base will start to decay and disappear over time. If you look inside your resource container, it'll tell you what you need for the next 24 hours, so make sure you keep that thing stocked up. You can also just literally use it as a container for storage, but you should also add a storage container for the rest of your stuff. Alright, looking snazzy. If you run out of materials, go and farm till you have enough to finish your base. Now I've learned this the hard way, but if your base is wood, it's not good. It obviously isn't bad if you're just getting started, but you should not log out until your base is upgraded to at least stone. I personally wouldn't go full metal just yet, as that attracts raiders, and getting a lot of metal is usually very time consuming, and you're gonna need all the metal for crafting later. With the wood and stone that you have left, make some tools and go out there and farm some more. All you need for a farm trip is 2 hatchets and 2 pickaxes. Nothing else. No armor, no weapons, just go naked. The chances of running into someone are pretty low right now, but still, keep a lookout over your shoulder and try to avoid people if you can. Make sure to not take down all the trees around your base, because people can see them fall and they can hear them fall, and they will come over to investigate. After farming wood, stone, metal, and those weird weed bushes, you head back. With the buildy thing, you can upgrade your base to stone, Make sure you take all the metal out of your inventory and put it in a box so you don't accidentally upgrade your stone stuff to metal. Just make everything stone and keep it like that. After upgrading, check out the resource container and see what it needs for upkeep. It shouldn't be too much, but still, make sure you put in there what you need for the next 24 hours at least. By the way, you can loot quicker if you hold the whatever button it is. There's only 4 buttons on your controller. Test it out. Alright, let's recap. You have a stone base, basic tools, a bed to respawn at. Your resource container is nice and filled up for the next 24 hours at least. It's probably nighttime. You want to build a campfire, but there's no need for food, so, you know, what's the point? Well, nighttime is pitch black. You can't see anything. Check out the crafting system. You can actually make furnaces that light up, and for a base this size, about 3 or 4 should do. Put wood in them, and put metal in there for metal fragments, or you can put sulfur ore in there for sulfur. The metal fragments that you make can be used to create metal doors, which are a nice upgrade for your base. Once you've crafted these doors, you can use the base building tool to remove movable objects like doors or empty storage, empty furnaces, things like that. So take off a wooden door, replace it with a metal door. You can kind of pick which way the door opens, which is cool. And now it's daytime. Time to go out and check out that prison I talked about earlier. On the way, you might find some cars with boxes or trucks. These crates have blueprint shards and metal sheets, rope, duct tape, etc, etc. You're gonna need all these items in the future to craft stuff. So with all the stuff you find in prison and the trucks, head back to base, farm any stone and metal that you see along the way, maybe some wood too, sulfur. If you make it back alive, it's time to craft something called a research table. Take an item that you want to be able to create, like maybe you found a pistol or bullets, and see how many blueprint shards you need. If you have enough to create a blueprint, it's time to make a workbench. With the blueprints you create, you can build items in the workbench in the future. To help you survive longer, split up your game in daytime activities and nighttime activities. During the day, you loot, maybe get into some PvP, farm materials, and visit loot spots like prison. During the night, you defend your base, you craft, build, research, and relax with the sound of multiple furnaces. With the game not having a massive amount of content right now, there isn't really a whole lot more to do if you're playing solo. It highly depends on the loot you find and the people you meet. As far as I know, voice chat is turned off right now, so yeah, good luck finding out who's friendly and who isn't. Depending on the items you find, you could go out and raid people, or maybe you want to be friendly and make some allies. Just like the flat screen Rust game, it all depends on what you have to do to survive. I've only had a couple encounters with people so far, and most of them were friendly. But maybe you really want to raid someone, and you're constantly fighting the same group of people, well, it's all up to you really. Every single Monday the game wipes, the island gets randomized, and you start all over again from scratch. I can imagine a lot of clans dedicating their time to this game in the future, but for now there isn't that much to do. With updates, Strayed is gonna get 1,000 times better, I'm sure. It's one of those VR titles that actually feels like a video game that people are gonna sink hours into. There's a goal to reach for everyone, even if it's just trying to survive a full week. I believe this game is made by a single dev, if I'm not mistaken, so full release might be a long ways away, but until then, you have more than enough time to get the basics down. So good luck out there, hope I don't run into you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.